Happy Super Bowl Sucks Day, guys. Welcome to Super Bowl Sucks Day, where we don't want either team to win today. But if we had to choose, it would probably be the 49ers. Not even probably. 1,000% be the 49ers. The last thing I would want is that the Chiefs would win a Super Bowl today. Surprisingly enough, I think right now I saw that 17% of Bengals fans want the Chiefs to win. Because I guess they hate the 49ers that much. And I hate the 49ers, don't get me wrong. I absolutely against it completely. But it's like the lesser of two evils, and there's no way in heck I'm ever going to root for the Chiefs to win any game. So, nonetheless, though, go 40. I hate the 49ers too, because they beat us twice in the Super Bowl. Guys, today we're talking about not that. We're talking about 4 standouts from the Senior Bowl who we could technically pick up in this upcoming draft. Keep in mind that the Senior Bowl was around a week and a half ago, but let's want to look at some of the options here that really did good at the Senior Bowl, right? These are options, again, like I said, that we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening. So starting off right away, and I don't mean to have my mans there, shout out, by the way, to Parker Blake on Psy.com. I think they just have a picture, a Cincinnati Bengals talk. That's what I meant to say right there. Anyway, though, so the first player we have here is offensive tackle Kingsley. All right, so let's see where he's going. I am on Pro Football Focus mock draft here, and the reason why is so I can actually see like grades and stuff. Kind of like a little bit better for that said reason. I like the Pro Football Network better when it comes to actually utilizing the mock draft. But when it comes to this, I like it better with just seeing, the actual players and the grades and what they say is good and bad about the player. So this is the first player we have. So this guy is projected to be a 59th overall pick. So probably a second round pick. Second, maybe third round pick, depending on how much he drops. Currently, for offensive tackle, for example, So I'm right now at 7 to the 18th pick. But he would be, I think, Joe Alt, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My bad. 11, 12 tackles down the board. So he's 12 spots down the board for a tackle. So 11 tackles, in theory, would go over him if, we were to draft, right? So he is an 83.4 pass blocking grade, a 52.9 run blocking grade. Okay. He played mainly left tackle in college, but he also played right tackle. I should say mainly. He actually played even. He evenly split between left tackle and right tackle. So I'm not against the idea of taking him maybe a little bit later on, depending if he's still available. He is from BYU, which actually, ironically enough, was, what was his name? Blake Freeman. Last year we looked at was also from BYU. 6'6", 315 pounds. He is a sophomore. Okay. Not really much more analysis here as we go along. As you can see, he did go ahead and drop. His average draft position was around the 19th, 20, and then it dropped drastically down as time went on. So he definitely, hurt his draft value a tad bit. But again, like I said, looked really good in the Senior Bowl, and that's really what we care about here. The next player here is A.J. Barner from Michigan. I think this is a guy I've talked about many times through my mock drafts, because I do look at a lot of these. Look at a lot of these different tight ends. I know Jatavian Sanders is a player we talk about a lot. Cade Stover I really like. But A.J. Barner, I think I covered him a couple times. Receiving grade 69.3, 81.4 run blocking grade. See, this is, I'll say, here's how I look at it, right? Pretty much no matter what, we're going to bring back Drew Sample. I think that's 100% going to happen. Tanner Hudson comes back, Drew Sample comes back, which means that it's very possible that we could draft 1 or 2 tight ends in this draft. But the thing about our tight ends, and we tried doing this last year with Irv Smith, and so how it turned out, was we use our tight ends for run blocking. When we run the ball, we like to have tight end formations in there. Reason why is because we like to use them as blockers or extra offensive linemen. So having a tight end that can be a really good blocker like Drew Sample is, like Mitchell Wilcox is, helps us out drastically. So this is like, for example, if he's a good run blocker plus he can catch the ball, that's exactly what we need. 6'6", 251 pounds, so he's a big body guy, and go up and get it type of guy. I like that. Like that. So I'm not against the idea of taking him. He is right now, according to this, would be, in theory, just want to make sure I get this correct here, a 5th round pick, which, okay. And what we learned from last year was a 5th round pick in Pro Football Focus mock draft will probably end up being like an undrafted player. Maybe not undrafted, but probably like a 6th round pick. Usually they're a little bit more higher on certain players. Christian Haynes. I actually looked at this guy before, and I actually really like the fact that he did good in the Senior Bowl because I was already interested in him before. So Christian Haynes is going to be most likely a 2nd round draft pick. 2nd, 3rd round draft pick. He's sitting at an 82.5 pass blocking, 80.1 offensive run blocking grade, 89.2 a zone grade, and a 64.5 gap grade with a 74.7 true pass set pass block grade. And I really like this guy, especially with the fact of giving rotation purposes or, maybe competition to someone like Cordell Volson, who's been struggling a bit, especially last year where he was an absolute drive-through, it seemed like, for most defenders going against him. I would love to give him competition in another player. And we got Connecticut Huskies here, 6'2", 313 pounds. Big body type, not big body type of guy, but still really good type of player. He has moved drastically up the draft board. At one point, he was like, 128, 114, 116, and now he's all the way up to sitting around a 2nd round pick. So shout out to him for that. And again, like I said, would love to take him. I took him in a couple mock drafts before. Making your offensive line as good as possible, always a smart idea. That's what we need to work on in this draft, 100%. All right, so the next guy we have here is a Lad McConkey. Okay. Well, Lad, where are you sitting at? Where is this lad at? Oh, he's right here. Okay, so he's either a 1st or a 2nd round pick. I don't know if I would like to take him that early. If we take a receiver, if we take a 5th round, 6th round, 7th round receiver, I'm not against it. I don't really want to use a high draft pick on the receiver. I'd rather use it on the offensive line or defensive line or secondary. So, personally speaking, not a fan too much of taking a wide receiver this early. But he is from Georgia, 81.3 grade. 6 foot tall, 185 pounds. Again, I have no problem with it. I just personally, I think we're going to franchise T.I.T. Higgins. I think we're going to lose Tyler Boyd. But we have Tyler Boyd's replacement in, obviously, Chuck Sizzle and Yoshi. And then, of course, we have a, Trent Irwin who will probably be coming back. I'm not really too much of a crazy fan of going receiver in this draft, especially not early. Later on, I'm okay with it. Early, I'm not too much of a fan of. Reason why I laugh is if you guys watch my Vikings franchise series, right? My MVP, well, almost MVP of the season, / MVP of my franchise is Ray Davis, right? This guy right here. If you watch my Madden channel, I do a daily franchise. We just won the Super Bowl, actually, ironically enough. And the guy who won a Super Bowl was Ray Davis. And this is a guy that I'm always talking so highly about in my franchise. And now he ends up being the guy that is the next one on the docket. In my franchise, I took him in, I think the 4th round. Yeah, 4th round, exactly. So, Ray Davis from Kentucky, a 91.4 rushing grade, 91.6 gap grade, elusive 96.6, zone grade 77.3. He's an 87.5 overall grade, 5'10", 216 pounds. Absolutely love the guy, and I mean, you watch my Madden franchise series, you know I talk about him way too much, pretty much, because he is the king of our franchise series. I mean, if I actually go to, let me go to this real fast. Literally, look at this. The king has returned. Ray Davis is back. Yeah, so it's a lot of Ray Davis love when it comes to my Vikings franchise series. So it's ironic that they actually have him as a guy on the top standouts for us. But guys, definitely tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and also tell me down below who you have today in the Super Bowl. I think the Chiefs are going to win, but I want the Niners to win. Peace out.